Welcome to Minneapolis by Night. This is the Mage venue. Specifically, the Council of Minneapolis is taking the opportunity, having had some crises dealt with, to visit the larger chantries of the area. And they've decided to spend a little extra time at the Green Dragon Chantry here, simply because it's a chantry formed out of multiple traditions and individual mages who perhaps don't fall into a tradition. So they want to have time to open that dialogue, as many of these members are also new mages to the city, or perhaps even new mages to being a mage. The opportunity to discuss, answer any questions you might have, get to know a little bit more about them as the council and as about the mage presence in the city and the events going on. So currently they've have a large room on the upper floor, and they've actually arranged a specific sitting area, and it's actually got the symbol you see there drawn on the floor, and they're seated within that arrangement. So.
That's really cool.
And they've kind of made it clear that any mages are welcome to come on in individually or as a group, ask questions, just open a dialogue, whatever the case may be. I suppose a benefit, as a benefit, it would probably help to know. I'll make a mention here of who the council members present are, and for my players, that the heads of the council members are listed in the Green Dragon Tavern document as well. Kevin Adams is here on behalf of the Virtual Adepts. Luis Esteban is here with the Euthanatos. Armor of God is here with the Celestial Chorus. The Verbena are being represented by Liz Bellward. The Etherites are being represented by Brooks Cade. The head of the Akashics present is Sentaru Massaro. Ethan Osborne is here as the head of the Hermetics. Enigma is here representing the Dream Speakers. And Selena Casper is here representing the Cult of Ecstasy. And if you check that Green Dragon document, it will also tell you which sphere they represent on the council, for anyone who's interested.
So before we go in, all of the assembled mages, can we have a chat before we go inside and talk to these people?
Sure. Jack's gonna pull up. You're gonna see this truck pull up. That's why I found it.
Ready.
In addition to the council, there are a couple of disparates who sit as advisors to the council that are present as well, including Bayou John and Wayland Miller are both present.
Yeah. Miriam at this point all but lives in the chantry. So she's definitely already there.
Well, we know Jezebel is split between the Chantry and her apothecary gang, so she'll arrive there eventually.
Yeah, and it's certainly not a surprise. You guys were notified in advance, so it's not like they just showed up and said, "Surprise, we're here." So, you guys want to? If we want to assume that you coordinated to meet up and chat first, that's fine.
Zach's just sitting in his truck smoking a cigarette waiting on everybody else to show up.
Well, she'll show up fashionably late, but she's there.
And we have, I'm assuming Ryu's actually probably in the chantry yet. Fix is doing whatever it is Fix does.
He comes out of the room with. He's followed by. Do you see that picture, John?
I have a couple of them. I don't remember which one we used.
The one in the snow.
Ah, that one. I will retrieve it.
He
Yes,
comes.
yes. I do still have it.
Yeah. Yeah, he comes out the back with. Hopefully this thing's in tow. It's supposed to be. He asked it to show up.
Oh.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a weird amalgamation of a hood and a fucking old West gunslinger with two pistols and a black hoodie. He's like, "What's up?" And for just a second before when he passes through the threshold between the back part and the front part, basically between the wards, his eyes flash red.
So do you want to meet inside or outside?
Outside before they walk in,
Okay.
like on the front stoop, whatever.
Yeah. Zach is sitting in his truck, so he's just waiting. Smoke rolling out as he's smoking a cigarette. Damn addiction.
So who's all? So the whole assemblage is here outside with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Zach sees everybody, gets out of the truck, finishes a cigarette, puts it out.
we got two choices here. We can either go in as one group, mean something, or we can go in single file. How y'all want to do it?
Yeah, let's just go in as one group. May as well.
Agreed.
No problem there.
Reason I ask is I didn't know if y'all that was with traditions would want to go and talk to your tradition people, all tradition-y, without people like me, hearing things. Maybe
I figure we can do that after the meeting. Give you a chance to make the first impression.
I hadn't planned on making no kind of impression on these folks. I just, okay, I mean, we can go. Let's do this.
Yeah. He walks in with the others.
He is nervously fingering a very strange cross that he has on his neck. Alright, let go. He takes off his gun belt. He has a gun belt. And he hangs it on the hook and tells the steward, "Hey man, watch that. Make sure nobody take it." Goes in. He whistles for his dog and walk on into the room. Hey, who's gonna walk in first? Somebody got to be in charge.
Screw it, Miriam will go in first.
I'll follow behind Miriam.
Zach just shrugs, follows everybody else.
Oh, get on. I got you back.
That's the one we were looking for, right, Marcus?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Is that one of those Presa Canarios?
No, I don't want one. Damn you, Marcus. He's pretty.
So
Yeah, everybody walks in.
okay. And the council is seated. Actually, within the layout there of that diagram, basically each of the smaller circles is a chair for a council member, and then on the side opposite the dog there, where you see the radial, real tiny points, that's where the advisors are sitting. Demos is also sitting in there as an advisor. But because of the nature of the magics, the way they're laid out, you can pretty much anytime you look at one of them, you're in line of sight. That you can almost make eye contact with all of them. So
cool.
Anyone perception mage lore or perception occult?
I can do that.
You're all welcome to individually too. It's a perception check, so
My PDF reader's acting funky. Give me a moment.
not a problem.
Hey, look, I'm not fucking paying attention to nothing.
Doing mage lore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Alrighty.
Well, shoot, I guess I forgot to mark Mage Lord down on my page. Oh well.
You got a cult?
Huh?
Yeah, if
Do
you have a
cult?
if
Yeah.
you have a cult, you can use that instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, roll perception of cult.
Perception occult's an acceptable substitute. So
In this instance, anyhow.
yeah.
Yeah. So John specifically said you can roll that instead.
Okay.
Welcome back, Charles. Maybe.
Loading up my dice stream.
Sandwiches, roll your perception mage roll or perception occult. Just getting caught up.
Come on, dice stream. There we go. Terrible.
That was random.
Oh no, I can hear Sandwich's background noise. That's how I know he's back. Actually, it's not
Alright,
too
just-
bad today. I'm just
I got-
picking on you.
Yeah, I relocated to my bedroom because my mom and stepdad are actually in the other room watching Orange is the New Black. What are we rolling?
Perception mage lore or perception occult?
Oh, okay. Can somebody roll me 4 dice because my computer's acting derpy?
I got it. Nope,
All
never
right,
mind.
thank you.
Oof. You don't see shit if you go by mine.
I thought you couldn't roll worse than me. You just made a liar out of me.
You got a bad headache if you go by mine, so.
Which one's the better one, and which one it does not give me a migraine?
I didn't roll one.
Anyone but mine.
Okay, I'll go with Rick.
At least I got you one, dude. A lot better than I did.
Yeah.
All right, so Ryu, you would notice that the glyphs and sigils that have been laid on the floors seem to not only intend to assist in communication by you know, they're, even though they're sitting not right in a line, you can actually communicate with all of them, but they also seem to serve another purpose. Miriam, Zach, and Fix, you can tell that those are also deliberately dispersing any residual like paradox or anything of that sort. So they're literally, even those who have permanent paradox, it's temporarily subdued, that these glyphs are basically breaking up those supernatural flows of energy.
Sweet.
Which you would assume
Nice.
is probably because there are at least 9 masters in this room. So
Yeah.
it's probably a good decision. And I know Fix had to step away for a moment, but the council itself will greet you. You know, thank you for coming to visit. It's always good to hear from the new faces in the city.
Well, Jezebel's gonna seek out the council member, which represents the dream speakers, of course. But she's pretty new to the tradition, so she wants to understand more.
Well, that would be Enigma,
Okay.
and you probably would have met him in passing, but Hugo is typically the one, the dream speaker that does most of the face work. You know, talking to other people. Enigma is the head of the dream speakers, but he's not as out in the open. But he'll, you know, he's glad to see you in the city. Glad that their dream speakers have a new presence in the city, especially as each of them have kind of their own different area they cover. With Hugo being outside the city managing the vineyard, it's good to have an additional presence in the city because Hugo and Blake both doing their own thing. It was just him and Vance. So.
Well, she greets him. Hello, it's nice to meet you. I'm Jezebel.
Yes, I heard your name. I understand that you've spoken with Hugo a couple times out at the vineyard. It's refreshing to have some new membership to the Dream Speakers of the city.
Thank you. It's an honor to meet you.
Fix just looks bored.
Zach points to Jezebel. Ass kisser.
No, we were all either ass kickers or got our ass kicks.
I said kisser, not kicker.
That's what I'm saying. Was we're all ass kissers or got our asses kicked when we first started.
Neither one.
Well, I prefer the latter to the former. Thank you.
He was just smiling and saying it. He was joking around.
He was joking. He was.
Zach just not. I'm just messing with you. Gotta have some fun, man. You can't take everything too seriously. Life is a game.
Yeah. Ryu will go and greet Taro.
He'll give you a formal nod, of course. He's a formal greeting.
Yeah.
He's understands you've been doing some studies with the other traditions, with some other individuals, which is good. That's the point of this chantry, is to perhaps gain skills and knowledges that you can't gain from your own tradition mates.
It's been most enlightening.
Well, I guess Jezebel's gonna bid Enigma goodbye and wander off to the Verbena lady.
Okay, so you want to speak with Liz?
Yes.
All right.
She's really making her rounds, isn't she? Zach is in a good mood.
I'm a dream speaker. I'm supposed to be eclectic. Bite me.
And Liz is dressed. She's actually dressed today in a business suit, but many of you will have recognized her name from the newspapers. She made the paper because she has actually successfully been able to breed Siberian tigers in captivity. Cool. And that she's using selective breeding to try and sort of revive some of these lost animal breeds.
Awesome.
Oh, that's very noble. So I guess Jezebel will approach her and extend a hand and greet her cordially.
And she'll give you a handshake. She seems to be a little more business style, but she's always pleased to meet a new face.
I heard about what you're doing with those endangered species. I want to say it's a really beautiful and noble thing for you to be doing. I want to thank you on behalf of those who can't speak.
Well, there's been much damage done by mankind, and we have a responsibility to not only cease the damage, but attempt to reclaim what we've destroyed when possible as well.
Yeah, it's just kind of reflects an old Native American proverb. It goes that we didn't inherit this land; we borrowed it from our grandchildren.
She says, I think I've actually heard Hugo use that same phrase.
So, what do Verbena specialize in?
Well, there's we all try and work with life in one form or another. However, we all do it in different ways.
I've come to understand you can be very gritty.
Well, we have everyone, as I said, we all have our own ways. Dolus is actually a member of our tradition, but he specializes in bioengineering and prosthetics, cybernetics.
Oh wow!
On the flip side, our August Winters is a member of our tradition, and he's a fantastic horticulturalist. Runs one of the largest greenhouses in the area.
That's really nice. I'm gonna have to meet him sometime. Maybe he can vend to my apothecary.
It's
actually
possible.
a rather nice guy, but he's probably you will speak up. He's actually a rather nice guy, but he's kind of in recovery at the moment, I believe.
Well, it seems like the Verbena are the ones I'm gonna want to seek out when I further my life spheres, which I learn very easily. I'm a good life student.
Well, we can be of assistance. However, I won't pretend that we know everything there is to know either. One of the members of the society is rather skilled as well in his life sciences. And done incredible work. It's always beneficial to branch out and draw upon any available resources.
Yes, yeah, I probably should learn a little more about non-corporeal magics, but to me, life is so giving. It's very attractive to me, and it seems like home. You know what I mean?
It clicks.
She nods and thanks you for, she's certainly interested in your viewpoint. She'd be happy to chat more in the future. So.
Alright, well, you seem like a busy lady, so I'll let you get back to business now. Thanks for talking to me.
So
I fell asleep. The character who fell asleep by hearing snoring.
That's it, Marcus.
I'm not asleep.
Really?
The council one of the reasons they're visiting is they wanted to notify you of or at least make you aware of the urban reclamation project that one of the neighborhoods being targeted is the neighborhood around the Green Dragon. There will be a store opening down the street. Enigma is opening a second comic shop down the street.
One moment.
Sure.
Yeah, Zach's just kind of just leaning on his elbow, watching everybody.
Fix is playing with his dog, if it lets him.
You
I think Eric crashed.
be like, Ryu will come over to Zach and ask, hey, I want to introduce myself. I saw you at the power plant when we were
Alright.
fighting the dragon. Name's Ryu.
Zach, he extends his hand.
Nice to meet you.
So we're the
go ahead.
ones doing the urban renewal thing, right?
Correct. August has offered that anyone who wants to do urban gardening, he will do consulting and help them establish that at no cost.
Okay,
And
good. When call it paranoia, but when I first heard that urban renewal was going on in this part of the city, I immediately thought the worst.
So I guess that means I should probably move my tent into the area.
well, you certainly be able to, and that's part of it too. Is that any of you who do have or are looking for permanent establishments, we are specifically, Mr. Esteban has offered to assist in the funding of space. So if you wish to
opening
open,
the garage next door, I can't really be helpful.
well, I mean, if you want to open a garage next door and bring some business into the area, that's something that is an option.
I think I may take him up on that. I could handle being indoors.
Well, this the city of Minneapolis is perhaps seasonally unkind to outdoor business folk.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a little cold for that right now.
But we wanted to make you aware, so when you begin seeing the changes in the neighborhood, you at least know where that originates from.
All
Well,
right.
that's appreciated. Thank you.
That just leaves the other two things I see the worst in.
You're a very down person, aren't you?
No, just paranoid, but it usually works out.
You get used to it.
Remind me, don't invite her to parties.
Well, that announcement from the Energy Syndicate has technocracy written all over it.
Man, we took care of that whole power plant thing, man. That's taken care of.
No, now they've got something about adding people to the energy grid
Hey, why not?
with microchips.
Lovely.
Yeah. Just keep
well.
moving.
Well, the Kevin Adams will weigh in, and he said, "Well, I don't know much about it. I know it's something that we've looked at in the past. One of our members specifically deals a lot with cybernetic peripherals, and of course the theory is, why do we need a lithium-ion battery when you have a human body that's capable of handling such levels of electricity?" And I suspect that's what this integration is, but I don't know where it originates.
I'll do some poking.
Yeah, welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah. The other thing is, and Miriam will look at Armor of God, who she would have reported this to when the first thing went down, and she's going to say the soap factory's been getting some activity lately as well, which I'll also have to do some poking into.
Yeah, I don't know that none of it. We aren't entirely aware of the circumstances there. It's been avoided since Vittorio and yourself discovered that it was some sort of wellspring of paradox. So whatever is going on there, certainly we're not accountable for,
Right.
or at least not involved in.
Exactly.
We we are able to report that after our assistance of after we have assisted the shifters of the city in containing their rampaging rage demon, they have been more amenable to meeting with our kind and perhaps a little more of a formal alliance or agreement. While we have essentially a non-aggression agreement with them, it's been discussed whether there might be some prudence to working together on a more regular basis.
I agree. Whatever's floating around in here is definitely poking us all in the spine.
Hey, I've never actually met a shifter. I'd kind of like to meet one just to see what they look like. First thing.
Well, most of the
I
time they look
probably-
like us, so
I met a shifter in my tent a couple of weeks back. She was pretty interesting. A Bastet.
Well, I know there are rumored to be some of them in the area. We haven't dealt with any of them specifically, but we, since we have a number of you here, we thought we'd also follow up and find out how the chantry itself is doing. How you feel is it serving your needs? Do you feel it's beneficial both ways? Are you getting things out of it? Are you able to invest in it?
Fix raises his hand and goes, "I talk."
go
This
on.
is an open discussion. Everyone's welcome to contribute.
All right, cool. How come you don't see that big heap of evil over there at the hub of hell?
Well, and at that one, Osborne steps forward and he says, "Well, yes, we were something that we've been made aware of, and I believe you took Cornelius with."
Sir. Now, Your Highness, I don't understand how exactly y'all been in this town and running it for this long, and that they just got noticed by a couple of yahoos like us.
Did I miss something? Zach.
Well, I think the biggest factor was it was done slowly and discreetly. That we weren't actively. We didn't notice it developing because it happened so slowly.
Kind of like a frog in a pot, right? If you heat it slowly, it doesn't notice.
What the hell are you
Yes,
talking about?
I suppose so.
You can boil frogs and they won't notice.
You can do what?
If you boil them slowly enough, though actually what most people don't realize about that experiment was that he had cut off the nerves to their legs first.
Oh, nice
You
guy.
sick bitch.
Yeah.
So basically,
What'd the frog ever do to you?
now look here, I didn't talk to some people about handling that, but I'm gonna need to talk to somebody that's a good hexer to deal with that situation.
I have some entropy skill.
I said good hexer, didn't I?
Oh, fight me.
Careful,
Gives him
Fitz, you might
a-
enjoy it.
Well, we have, and Luis will step forward and say, "Well, that might be a bit outside my area of expertise. I specialize. I'm more of a digital hexer, if you will. Now, if you needed their bank accounts wrecked, I could do that. However,
We might want to actually attack.
Hold on, my dog is going ballistic. I'll be right back.
no problem.
Yeah, we might want to attack their finances a little bit, since it seems that their corporeal interests are how they actually operate.
Look, I'm just I know y'all busy people, so I'm just gonna ask a few things. And I'm gonna get on out your hair. I care about folks, like regular folks, and so a lot of stuff that's going down in this town is affecting them really more than it's affecting us.
Yeah, I've been watching the news. It's crazy.
So what is we gonna do?
I think our
Well,
death toll is higher than every city combined.
that's a good question. We're still trying to establish whether anyone else was involved in the feeding of that hub of hell. And he gestures over to where the advisors sit, and he says, "And Bayou John has offered some of his services to help with that. He's familiar with hexes and spirits as well, so he can perhaps help bring some peace to the area."
Well, okay, that's nice. What about the rest of it? Is we gonna just sit back, or is we gonna let the city fall around us? What is we gonna do?
I gotta say, we gotta do something because this city is going to hell in a handbasket.
I mean,
There, there's
I
a
didn't look.
number of concerns that we have, and we've been discussing how best to prioritize and target them. But we're certainly interested in having everyone weigh in. I mean, you guys have a lot more contact than some of us do out in the public world. Many of us are a little bit more removed from the everyday folk, as you say.
Exactly. Well, it looks like we got enough people here. We can actually kind of begin to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we're doing as much as we're capable of, it's something better than nothing.
Yeah, I'm sick of looking at shit and not doing nothing when I saw it.
I agree with Fix there. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of sitting around watching the world go to hell and me having partial power to do something about it and not.
Well,
like I'm pretty new here, but like I don't want to go to hell, so
What up, Lance?
Right.
What's up, Lance?
I'm
Hey,
just
Lance.
I'm good. Like, oh yeah, I like met a dude who like wasn't associated with us and tried to help him, like come and like he's willing to talk to everybody.
He's like a dude.
I do.
Yeah, like he's like a dude. He makes like magic items.
Cool.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna
ain't one of these members here? Points to all of them.
no, he like is gonna get me a book or like a folder or something that has like a list of magic items that he has. So like if you guys want to buy them or whatever, you can. But he's like he's a cool guy. He's like us, but he was trained in a weird place.
Trained in a weird place.
Well, Lance, we was just speculating on what we was gonna do next. My issue is this. Now I done went and I talked to folks, and they said they was gonna do something about it, but I got me a plan on how they gonna definitely do it.
Let's hear it.
Huh?
What's your plan?
Oh, real simple. Spirits supposed to keep their word to other spirits, ain't they?
Yeah.
All right. I just make sure. That's my plan.
well, yes, if they've given their word, then they have to be held accountable.
Then I'm gonna lay hex on them so they do what I told them to do.
That works.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, this fella Bayou John do.
But my sword's name is Devour, and it can hit anything on any realm. So if you need,
I don't even know what the hell that means.
What? Like it hits ghosties and spirits and like anything on any realm I can hit.
That's pretty handy.
If you need my sword, then I'll do what I gotta do.
There we go. We gotta do with a sword and fuck shit up.
So, assemblage, mighty assemblage. I got them looking into the hub of hell thing. Now, is there anything that you want us particularly need some bodies to go do? Because I ain't sitting around this chantry for much longer.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
kind of
not
slow
really
at my
part
job.
of a chantry. Is this everybody's chantry, or like we one giant cabal? Like, cause I'm not. I'm just kind of living by myself, floating around.
The chantry here at the Green Dragon has been established to be open to members of any tradition or group, as well as to any independent who ascribes to
Which
the,
pretty much
the
covers all of us.
traditional concepts of magic.
That's cool, or whatever.
So basically, we're a big cabal in Chantry, and we're open.
Whether you choose to form a cabal together or not, it's up to you. But the chantry is open to
Yeah.
everyone who seeks further learning.
Honestly, I'm kind of with Fix. I think we need to go out and do something rather than just sit here and study books all day. We need to get out there and be active. The more we're active, the more word gets out that there are people trying to help.
I concur.
Usually, it starts a chain reaction. Even the more even those that aren't like us will start to try and help in whatever way they can. And we start a trend to make the city better by starting off showing that we're trying.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm super popular. I'm good at starting trends and fads.
We got Lance with us. We got a fashion plate. We can't lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just need your blessing, basically, to go out and do some shit. I mean stuff. Sorry, my English.
Yeah, we're all adults here. You can fuck if you damn well ill please. So.
Right?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you're not married, are you, Miriam?
No, I'm not.
Are you proposing to her?
Oh no, man. I was just asking.
Text mom.
Because the thing is all this stuff going on, right? Now, it seemed mighty peculiar to me that it just started up. I mean, they've been doing this thing, like them bad dudes that was them Tremere dudes, we saw what they was doing, they've been doing it for years. And I'm wondering, see, my thing is this here. See, my grandmama and them, they used to always worry about them pools of power. Y'all call them nodes, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
And they was,
Well springs, nodes, cairns, dragon nests.
yeah, we got one of them things in here, and that's real handy and everything. But they also got a feeling to them, don't they? Like a way they work.
Yeah, typically.
Okay, now we got good ones. We know where they all at, right?
Yeah, the number of them present in this city has increased, as has their potency recently. But we were aware of some the whole time.
That being said, we got some of us watching every last one of them.
Do we?
Recently, I've become bonded with a dog spirit, and he's all about guardianship and watching over things. And I heard tell that all this place got a whole bunch of them things. Now, seems to me that the folks that know the most about them, i.e., us, should be the folks that watch over them, shouldn't we?
Oh, that would probably be prudent. Obviously, the negative ones we've been trying to more just discourage from any activity.
Well, how many good ones we got? How many bad ones we got?
Well, you have your chantry here. The Euthanatos Tersus maintains a small chantry around a lesser wellspring. We're given to understand there's a couple of other small ones that are seem to be at least fairly in the, as you say, good category.
We got a map.
Conveniently, I think they've already been mapped by one of your cabal mates, barring the.
Well, it'd still be a good idea to categorize them. Miriam says, pointing to where she's posted the map.
All right.
Oh, so like you guys are in a cabal?
That's what they say.
Well, they
I don't recall volunteering. I mean, I'm
You just
here
got
to
voluntold, playboy.
Yeah. Apparently, I got drafted. Okay.
All right. Well, that's cool. Like, what does your cabal like do or stand for?
I have no clue. Just got here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
I'm kind of like you, Lancelot. I don't know.
Basically, the first purpose is teach and to teach. The second is artifact recovery, and third, maybe this should be first though. Is watching the places of power in the city. You just pretty much
Yeah.
found them
I'm kind
recently.
of thinking that should be the first right now,
Yeah.
considering all the problems that are going on.
Yeah, there's
I mean, like
enough
I said,
there's enough terrible things going on that's basically been taking up most of our time.
Yeah, this city has an extreme body count within a couple of weeks that I don't think I've ever seen anywhere in the world. I mean, I'm sure we can check stats, but I'm pretty sure we got one of the highest body counts right now. And that ain't a good thing in this city.
I say this: we pick a node. I say the cabals around the city, the mages across the city, whatever. They pick themselves a node and then watch it. Anybody charge the cards wrong, shoot them in the face. I think that's a good plan.
All right. Well, I'm starting my own cabal, and it's gonna be founded around swords and pussy.
Miriam's gonna burst out laughing, saying, "So you're starting your own cabal with blackjack and hookers?"
That's kind of the same thing.
Did you say swords and pussy?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a Mississippi boy now.
If you want to join up, you can. It's pretty cool.
I don't know how to use a sword.
Oh well, it'll be guns / swords and pussy. I'm adaptable. I'm a negotiator. You know, I'm willing to meet halfway.
Alright then. So the thing is, what y'all who has been in this city the longest?
well, Luis and Armor have both probably had the longest presence. Masaru close behind.
And can
You
I
guys
ask
catch
another,
a small chuckle from Enigma at that, because no one has any damn clue how long he's been here.
can I ask a question though? Another one?
Sure.
That old son bitch over there gonna tell everybody them ghosts done heard whatever they said, so that we can use that, so we can be smarter than everybody else.
What?
Huh?
Enigma, dude, run the
Oh.
what's that place called? The Vineyard.
You would like reports from the spirits of the vineyard from Hugo.
Well, that'd be kind of dumb as hell if we didn't use it. I mean, people keep showing up there. Might as well listen to what they say. Fuck them.
That's true. We've simply offered that place as a neutral ground for meetings, so that there would be no conflict.
And you found enough people without the sense God gave a gnat to show up there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Zach just smiling, laughing.
That's something that certainly
Wow.
could be discussed.
He's got a point. I mean, there's people dumb enough to
Yeah,
say,
nothing stops the spirits from listening in. We just need to figure out what they know.
What do you mean figure out that man sitting back there running that place? You think he don't talk to them dudes all day? Please. Ain't nobody with the shine that stupid walking across this planet. I don't believe.
Wow. Wow.
Even you think that man don't know everything that done been said.
I was
heard,
trying
done.
to be diplomatic about it.
Fuck diplomacy. They said this is a free forum. That's free. We can say what the hell we want to, right?
yes.
Within reason.
He's got a point.
He's making a valid statement.
Well, I'm not denying that certainly the spirits there are capable of hearing and reporting those things.
And the person that runs it is capable of listening, right?
He is.
Did he take notes? You take notes? It'd be awesome.
You
I,
take notes.
I'm sure Hugo's aware. It could be documented. I don't think he keeps physical copies normally, but
Maybe it's time he starts.
Well, Hugo, if and you have anything that might have been wrote down, or you might have remembered, could you take some notes, maybe pass them along to us so we can know what the hell is going on with the other folks? Because I don't find it. Because I tried to speak to some of them before, and they ain't real good at keeping their word.
well, that's I'll discuss with Hugo and see what he has on what he can document for you and send it over.
That'd be mighty fine, mighty fine. Cause he got one in there, ain't the place he got one of them places is on the map too.
Well, the vineyard was already well known, so it's probably not. I didn't see it present on this map. This map seems to document instead the new occurrences, the ones that recently have showed up or rapidly grew.
Why don't we mark them all on the map rather than just the new ones? Wouldn't that make a little more sense?
That's certainly.
One would think, yeah.
So that way we all have knowledge about all the nodes, not just the ones that keep cropping up.
Because it seemed to me the
Because
ones
we
that
can't be
everybody know
everywhere.
about. Seemed to me the one that everybody know about be the ones in the most danger of anything bad happening to them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say the newer ones, they're questionable, but definitely like as we've already established, the vineyard seems to be a meeting place for everybody.
Way I figured, we Mr. Finance Money Man with the Spanish name, what the name is?
Esteban?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Can't you use? I mean, shouldn't we as mages be taking the using the outside world to handle our inside world problems? I mean, that's all land and stuff in places is own. Can't we just buy it? Hell, we can make gold. Shit, what the problem is?
Well, some of it we can. Obviously, business still has to want to sell, or the residents, or you get some, such as the Bakken Museum, that are protected.
You are laboring under the illusion that we can give them a choice.
Businesses that don't want to sell can be dealt with. A number of unfortunate accidents can certainly make someone forced to sell.
Uh-huh.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. I also don't want us to turn into a terrorist group.
I ain't trying to hurt nobody.
I'm not talking about terrorism. I'm talking about.
Yes, you are. That's what you just said. You
No,
basically just
there
said
are-
that if they don't do what you say, you're going to make them do what you say.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
don't
saying
let
if you
her-
drive them out of if you drive them out of business.
It's still a terrorist act. Think about it. Because you're making them do something they don't want to do.
Business is a dog-eat-dog world. This ain't the March of Dimes.
We ain't a business, motherfucker.
No, but we can, affect things.
My business is a garage down the street. Your business is your little tent.
And I don't.
Yeah,
know.
mine's a
So
tent.
you're saying if I don't like your tent and I start fucking with your tent, it's okay because it's business. If your tent, for some reason, I don't know why it would, but if your tent is messing with my garage, it's okay. If I start fucking with you. See the point I'm making?
That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, see the point I'm
That's
making?
not.
You're just saying basically fuck everybody else, we're going to do what we want. That's what gets people corrupt. That's what gets people on the wrong side. We want to fight the bad guys. We can't start thinking like the bad guys because if we do, then we're no better than them. And we
I
might
don't
as
have
well
that
just hang up our
problem.
hats. We might as well hang up our hats and go join the goon squad.
Zach, I don't have that problem.
Well,
I just bringing up points. I mean, hey, just my opinion, but that's the way it looks like to me. I mean, if y'all are for that, that's all you. I'll tell you right now, I'm stepping out. There are better ways to handle things than trying to corrupt everybody else and
I
make
was
them
going
see
to
our
say
point of
buy
view.
what we can and watch what we can't.
That I agree with. See, that I agree
And we can't open the door and stab them.
with. If we force them to do, if we force them into things, then we're no better than they are because they're forcing us into their things.
Well,
That's the
if we
catch.
just watch
Yeah.
them and see if anybody else is trying to make them do things they don't want to do, trying to control them, I say we all make it a point to send a few guys outside to do a few little watching. Here's what I did in your little city that was rather enlightening. I just opened up the phone book, watched all the pawn shops, walked through and found all the magic items that was there and bought them for $1. So if you can just go to these places, take a look, see if anybody's been mind fucked with, then we can know what's going on, can we?
Yeah, I suppose we
Alright.
could.
That's real simple, and that's not obtrusive. That's just person shopping. I like shopping.
Crap. Guys,
And
I should probably go. I gotta get ready for stuff.
kind of, call me a peaceful type, but forcing people is not that good of a tactic to begin with.
I mean, I agree to sit in 5 places and sit and watch them, but the way Miriam wanted to handle it, she wanted to force her way into things. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how a lot of problems get started.
Yeah.
That's how corruption begins. Oh, I'm trying to
Yup.
do it for the good of the person. Oh, I'm trying to do it for the good of the person. When really all you're doing is just taking more and more of that dark side and throwing it right in you.
Fix just kind of looks at you and smiles.
That's Joe Van will weigh in too, and he said, and the last thing I need to do is create more unemployment in this city, which, let's face it, even if it's only short term, driving someone out of business, terrorizing their business, affecting their ability to do business, causes those people to be unemployed, and many of them are not even aware of our
That was
side
my
of
next,
things.
that was my next point. We can't blame everybody in the business for what their higher ups do.
So what I say we do, if y'all don't mind assemblage of augustness, I say we take it upon ourselves to go and see at everybody at every one of these places and report back. Simple.
Makes sense.
We ain't doing shit else.
Might as well be doing something worthwhile.
That's
That's
after I lay this hex though. Then we can go do that.
It's not like I really will not be very useful there because I really can't see anything in anyone's brain pan.
Yeah, but you can act back up and hit somebody upside the head that causes a problem.
I mean, I feel like we can all do that.
What say y'all gathered mucky mucks?
if you want to take that upon yourself to look into this, then you certainly have our support to do so.
Alright.
Thank you. Well, what about this here hex I want to lay on these folks? Y'all okay with that there?
That you
exactly
will
does
have
the
to
hex do?
you'll have to speak with Bayou John. He'll be the best assistance for that. But we have no objection. That's your business, and if that's how you want to handle it, as long as you have his support, you're the one who made the agreement and has to decide how to enforce it and handle whatever repercussions come from that.
Hey, if anybody actually finds out what happened, I'm gonna laugh. Don't worry, it's all on me. I'll make sure we do it someplace else. Ain't it a chantry or nothing. Anything else?
Well, we do want to make everybody aware, in that Kevin Adams pulls over he basically pulls out like a smartphone, turns it towards the wall, and it projects an image on the wall, and this is the image, and he says, we're not familiar with the company that has manufactured these, but these are apparently the new Stridrecki anti-terror units. We don't know much about the company other than the public knowledge parts, but we have had a couple of people observe them, and they are certainly not mortal crafted units. There's a couple of variations, but we got photos of this one, and as best we could tell from a distance, they do have a way of at least sensing supernaturals, especially mages.
Awesome.
We don't know what their intentions are, but we do know they've been contracted by the city. They're in the city, and they're capable of at least knowing what we are.
So the Spanish Inquisition has become Iron Man.
Yes.
Well, again, we have no frame of reference. Armor will weigh in, and he'll say, you know, I'm familiar with 3 different divisions of the church's branches intended for this purpose. These are not part of our units. They're something foreign to us. So,
Anything you need us for?
well, that's
Kind
more
of
of an
sounds.
awareness thing.
It kind of sounds like they're basically, waving the hand at us and going, "Bring it on, bitches." Because they're
Well,
almost
Pretty
tempting us to do
much.
something about it.
Well, but it's a
I mean,
trap.
Yeah, that sounds like a hardcore trap. They want us to do something about that.
so far,
Just to
the
me.
only places we've seen them congregate are places where blatant magics were worked. They've shown they were seen after the second incursion into the power plant. They were witnessed near a treehouse in a public park.
Well, that's hunter activity. I'm sorry. These guys are trying to scoop us up, and who knows what with.
Well, that's exactly. We don't know what they are, but we know they're here under mortal authority as well. What happens when the police's contracted anti-terror units start disappearing? So we're making you aware, so you kind of can understand the circumstances.
So we don't know anything about them other than the fact that they seem to be able to pick up on our unique signatures.
They can pick up on what we are, and they are definitely more than average humans.
AKA, if we shot them a lot, would they die?
They may. We
Well,
don't
okay.
know what capabilities they have with their
Well,
equipment, but they
that-
appear to
that's-
be human.
Do we know
That's
who's
kind of why I'm
making
asking,
these?
because we might need a general idea. Because if they come looking for me, I'm shooting first and asking questions later.
Do we know who's making them?
Yeah.
Well, they're manufactured. We have the name of the manufacturer, and Luis is looking into that. But they are apparently a international defense contractor.
Well, maybe we can hack their accounts, liquidate their money. Let's take them down from the inside instead of having to come at them from the outside, which is what they want.
First
Well,
album was first album.
we're not opposed necessarily to that, but again, so far they haven't blatantly acted against us. And the other side of that is when a international defense company suddenly collapses unexpectedly, that puts people on high alert as well. And given
True.
the fact that this new unit has been deployed only in this city so far, this is their pilot model, we're concerned about the implications there. We don't want to point more attention back onto Minneapolis.
Oh, maybe we can send them all in there.
Okay. Now call me crazy, because I'm kind of thinking outside the box here, but don't we have all kinds of other relations or places we might get other relations where they could assist us with some of this stuff?
I told you, them folks lie.
Hey, Facebook.
I mean, really, it's coming down to my big thing is, we can't do everything by ourselves. Let's be honest. No matter how powerful we are, and forgive me to all the higher ones here, but no matter how powerful we are, we can't fight this fight alone. We're going to need assistance.
That's not our problem. That's their problem. He points to the council.
And, I'm just bringing up ideas. I mean, maybe us as younger ones might have a better chance of talking to these people than some of the older ones.
I tried
Because,
that. They lied right to my face.
Maybe we need to find better ones to talk to. Maybe the one you talk to can't tell the truth. I don't know. I'm just again, just throwing out suggestions there, Fix. I just think that we're trying to take on a lot on our own, and it seems like they're getting help from the outside.
Well, look, I have a contact in that Bastet. She asked me to teach her some things.
You have a contact with a
Hold
what?
on. Huh?
Oh,
A Bastet.
Oh,
Her name is Nephthys, and she can go many places and do many things, and maybe I can enlist her to gather information on these bastards.
okay, here's a big thing. Have you seen her go many places and do many things?
No, but it's not like she's.
So all you have is her word for it. Forgive me, but Fix has just said that people lie. I mean, let's be honest. There are a lot of people out here that lie. A lot of people brag about their extra talents and what they can what they can do compared to what they actually can do. I can
Well,
say I'm the king of England. Can you just
Well, if we
that
do nothing, then we gain nothing, and we got to do something, or we're all gonna be fucked.
Well, I'm not saying just trust this one person. I'm saying there's got to be more. We know there's a whole rack of shifters, probably some other supernatural creatures out there. Why don't we start making that effort?
I'm not trying to get help from nobody that can do some shit that I can't do.
I can ask her to put in. Then I can ask her to put us in contact with the rest of her ilk.
For what? What is they gonna
So
do? We can't. We control the motherfucking fundamental aspects of the universe. What a motherfucker with claws and fur gonna do?
You'd be surprised.
No, I wouldn't. They got claws and fur. You know what claws and fur do? They bite shit and they claw shit. That's it. What else they can do?
Shut up. There's a lot more to it than that.
Like what? Name something.
They're spiritual.
So am I. What else?
It's a lot more. They're guardians. Okay, it's a lot more
Of
to
what?
it than that.
What
They're
are
not
they guarding?
creatures with fur and claws, dude.
What are they guarding? What are they guarding? I ain't seen them guarding nothing. Where they at? I saw them drinking in a bar. That's what they was doing.
Well, maybe we need to poke a hornet's nest. We need to try to rile them into action so they're not just getting drunk at the bar.
What? That's their problem. They dumb enough to stay complacent. Fuck them.
I do kind of have to agree with Fix on that one. If they just want to sit and do nothing, that's their problem. I mean, I'm just saying maybe we should ask. Maybe they have information we don't that could be useful to us.
What can somebody who does not control the fundamental aspects of the universe know that someone who can't know? I'll wait.
We don't know what they know. We all know our limits. We know, they know their limits. But who knows how much is being kept from them as well?
If it's being kept from them, how the hell they know it?
We gotta come across and build a bridge and find out who
I
knows
ain't
what.
gotta do shit but stay black and die.
I mean, I'm just saying, what harm would it come to just at least talk to these people, find out? I mean, if they don't have any information, then we're like, okay, good, whatever. But I mean, they may have something we don't.
Like what?
You can't trust everybody here to be able to do everything. That's the problem.
There are unknown unknowns. That's the problem. If you don't know, you don't know. Then how can you find out? That's the problem. We don't know what they don't know, and they don't know what we don't know. So we gotta fucking talk.
Didn't make no sense. I don't understand the word you just said. Was that English?
That's fine.
There's a communication disconnect between the two. If we can actually open a dialogue, we can find out how shit
Lancelot says,
is what she's saying.
"Oh, what an unknown that is known to a non-unknown unknown."
Lance, buddy, please. I'm already getting a migraine with that. I'm trying to translate what she just said.
Lancelot leaves. He's like, I don't understand what that means, so I'm gonna leave. He just walks.
Nobody understands what that means.
I understand what it means. Don't they, nobody?
What?
I mean, no offense to the higher ups here, but they don't know everything.
Well,
we may have access to powers that are remarkable, but we don't know everything. The minute you start thinking we know everything, that's where we're going to all get fucked.
Yeah, I don't want to see this.
I mean, I appreciate you, boosting all our egos as high as possible, but I'm a realist here. Let's keep it at this. We don't know everything. They don't know everything. They know more than us, but they don't know everything.
So you want to go on a fact-finding mission while we got bad shit happening?
You want to go out and fight them? Go right ahead. I ain't stopping you.
I ain't becoming a werewolf shit. That's all there is to it. I'd rather work with them than work against them. They make much better allies than enemies.
I figure
just
with
not
that
fuck
suit
with
right
them.
there, I figure with that suit right there, we at least should get as much information as we can about that suit. So if they do come for us, we know how to defend ourselves against it.
You want a jacket suit?
A simple stink bomb will repel most of them. Don't worry about it. It's just got to be stinky enough.
Well, see, we don't even know if that works. That's the problem. If they
I
can pick
know
us
it
up, I
works.
guarantee they probably got a whole rack of shit that keeps them from smelling things.
I know it works. I've seen it work.
On one of those guys. Points to that picture. You've seen
You
a
don't know
stink bomb
what I
work on one of those guys. One of those in that big ass suit right there.
Yes, even the big nasty ones. They'll run away from a stink.
Why do I have a hard time believing this? Because you looked as surprised as we did when that picture came up. And that would mean you know more than the elders do.
And you ain't saying shit.
And you ain't said shit. You're about to get yourself in some trouble there, girl. You might want to think. You said you saw them run away from a stink bomb.
No, I mean,
They don't
in
even know that
in my past
information.
history, I've seen a lot of things. You guys don't know where I've been, and
Well,
I don't know if I can even say it aloud.
I think she was meaning the shifter, not the man in the suit.
I'm pointing to the man in the suit.
Oh, I mean the shifters, you guys.
I'm pointing to the man in the suit. We need to know everything we can about that. If they come looking for us right now, we have absolutely jack and shit to defend ourselves because we have no idea what they're capable of.
Well, we gotta
What if
talk
they
to
block our powers? What if they have a way around our stuff? What if they have a way around what we can do? What are we at that point? Cannon fodder. That's what we become. We are the stain on their boots as they're walking by us.
Why else are all fired hot talking to these other folks?
Why not? More knowledge, better off we all are.
more eyes, more heads. That's all there is to it.
I'm not saying trust them. Don't misunderstand. I said talk to them. I didn't say go fucking be best buddies and marry one of them. I'm just saying at least
Okay,
listen
I'll
to
play
other
your silly game.
conversations.
I will play your silly game then. You say you got the contact, right?
I ain't got no
Yes.
contacts.
Okay.
He was meaning,
I have one.
he was meaning Jezebel.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead on, Jezebel. You set up a meeting with her, and we will have ourselves a conversation with her. And if she twitches in a way that I find unacceptable, I'm gonna blow her head off.
I agree.
Very well.
I mean, find out exactly how much they know. If they know as much as we do, then we obviously know they're worthless. So
Hold tight. Let's do this the right way. Checking this out here. Hey, assembled awesome.
That's awesome.
Who is in charge of everybody? Is everybody in charge of their own little house?
Well, we do not. There's not a head of council per se, if that's what you're acting.
All right then. What I propose is this: we're gonna skip all the bullshit. She gonna take her little contact, and her little contact is gonna meet y'all, and she gonna tell y'all who her bosses is, and that's who y'all gonna talk to, and then y'all can tell us what happened. How'd that be?
Well, we can certainly meet with whichever relevant representatives.
Because it don't make no sense to talk to the little man on the totem pole. They can't do shit. They can't speak for all of them. That's one person. They can speak for one of them.
True.
Y'all can speak for whole bunches of folks, can't y'all?
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, Fix, is not just talk to the one individual. Find out from their...
Well, no. We're going to just skip the bullshit. We're going to have our folks that run everything, talk to they folks that run everything, and that way we ain't got to worry about with all this little he said, she said telephone bullshit.
Makes sense.
You got a problem with that, Jezebel?
I mean, because how do we know we can trust that girl?
I don't give a fuck whether or not we can. She said we can talk to her. We're going to bring her to the big dogs. If she can run game on them, then she can run game on us.
True. They're much more adept at stuff than I am, and if they get a game run on them, then I definitely know they could run shit on us.
I say again, Miss Jezebel, you got a problem with that.
I don't have any problem with that at all.
There we go. That solves that little problem.
Well, we do have one of the Verbena that is residing with them. However, because of his background, we don't want to rely entirely on him because he has ties to them already. So this does seem like a more prudent option. We would be interested if you would have your contact, if we can arrange a meeting with your contact.
But
we
hold
can
tight now.
proceed from there.
My guardian instincts is kicking in. Can you make sure when they do meet, they don't meet all of y'all, maybe one of y'all, and then that one person they meet have somebody that can kick major ass with him?
There you go. I tend to agree with that. We don't want them to know all the heads.
They
That
don't
could be
need
a
to
dangerous
know where.
proposition.
They don't need to know none of our chantry locations, nothing like that. We find a different place. They go meet there. They talk to that one person, and that's it. And you set up a meeting, and you lie to them and tell him you the head of all the mages. That'd be awesome.
Here's the real catch. How do we know they don't already know all this?
I'm gonna assume they don't and move on with my life.
But in the worst case scenario, I mean, we have to go on the assumption. What if they do know?
How they gonna know? Did y'all tell them?
I don't know anybody. I know y'all. That's it. I know y'all and the people that come to my garage to get their cars.
Did y'all tell them who y'all was?
No, they communicate with spirits, and they're everywhere and everything, and that's how they learn.
So basically, you're telling me they already know.
They might. They have a good chance, depending on how closely they're looking. They have their own problems too. Like I said before, whatever's out there in the streets and fucking with the city is poking us all in the spine. They may not be looking our direction.
You think that you mean to tell me that something that's able to fuck with the city all over the city ain't got one of us involved? I find that real hard to believe.
Yeah, I kind of find that hard to believe. And with that little suit that is able to pick us up more specifically, that smells of our type of abilities.
That looks like somebody was telling tales out of school. My great granddaddy was a Mason, and he said the same thing. Someone telling tales out of school.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't we fight? What is it? The technocracy, correct?
I don't know.
Keep all this knowledge. So we're against the technocracy, which are like the bad guys of us.
Well, they're the annoying guys. I've never seen them
One
being
of them.
bad.
They're one of them. They're the ones that we have to deal with right now.
I don't know about bad. They're annoying.
Okay. That have a different philosophy on life than us. How about that? Is that better?
There's 9 traditions. If we had the same philosophy, there'd only be one.
True.
Okay. We get. I get what
The way
you're
to word it,
trying
Fix is gonna be happy with. So I'm just gonna move on with my life.
Yeah. Right, you just go. I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously we do have some bad apples in the overall group of us, and I use that term very loosely because I don't want to offend nobody.
So our first priority is to what? Get this meeting, right?
Seems like it.
Sounds like Jezebel needs to make a phone call.
Okay, while Jezebel is doing that, the rest of us, we're going to walk all around the city and go suss out these damn places, mark off all the ones on the map. We going to go check them all out and see what we can see. Then we come back and do an info dump to each other. How that sound?
Why don't we split it up so that way we all don't crisscross the same places?
Well, some of us can't see some things that the other ones of us can.
Then we make sure the ones who can see are the ones that are doing the dividing, and we have somebody with them as basically like support. You know, keep an eye on shit.
Alright. Sound good to me. Sound good to y'all?
Well,
Yeah.
At least that way it's a defense.
Yeah.
You know, at least that way somebody's watching their back.
Okay, we're going to use the buddy system, or nobody go off by themselves. So when you go have this little meeting, it's not one-on-one, because they have claws, and I've seen you fight. You don't do a whole lot of it.
Well, Mr. Fix, I think you've got a prudent plan. I have perhaps a relevant piece of information that may cause you to want to delay. I just got word that we do have an emissary here that wishes to speak with the council from the Kindred Society, or vampires, if you will.
The what?
Dracula.
Fucking
Let me go get my pistol. Can I go get my pistols?
That's up to you.
I'm gonna go get my pistol.
Talking about pencil.
God.
Oh no!
You can let him go get his pistols. You know he's probably going to shoot first, ask questions later.
Right.
Oh no, they won't shoot if he don't need to be shot.
Ah, okay.
He goes and gets his pistols and his rifle, and he walks over and he puts the gun square to your head, pulls the trigger.
Well, that was just dinner made me shit myself. It's fixed.
Dude.
You know you could have pointed at my leg instead.
Do you really want to scare the new guy off?
I just did.
That's a country boy. He ain't scared.
Zach goes, no, actually.
If I'm smiling when I think I'm smiling, you might be wrong.
No. Fix has already shown that he's not going to go against us, so I don't think he would intentionally do something that would be harmful to me.
These pistols don't fire if a person don't need to be shot.
And there's your answer. Okay, so I guess we talked to this Kindred representative then.
So I guess y'all gonna talk to him. We're gonna leave him.
Well, you're welcome to stay and weigh in. That's part of this council meeting as well, as it's an open forum.
Are they going to like what we have to say?
Well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, fair.
We don't know entirely what they have to say either. We've been put in contact as they have essentially a group of information brokers among their kind. One of their information brokers does do business with Mr. Adams digitally and wish to perhaps do more than just individual business transactions. So they have sent an emissary.
That ain't a boss though, is it?
We're given to understand it's one of their people in charge. That he's been sent with authority.
Now, what's his name then?
Well, the name we were given was a Mr. Ramsdale. And he's waiting that they will see him in whenever we're ready, so he's been quite patient.
Anybody know how to handle vampires? Just
Shoot him in the face.
That works.
I do, actually.
Except I don't have a gun.
Vampires are easy.
We'll let you do the shooting.
Vampires are easy. Just use fire.
If you don't happen to have fire handy, what'll work?
Staking them, sunlight.
Give me a perception alertness.
Any kind of bright flashlight, anything that seems like fire is enough to spook them. Some of them have specific banes, but you got to do your research to know that.
Can somebody roll me 3 dice?
I got 3 successes because my 10s exploded. And I got your 3 dice. Hey, you got 1 success. Well, depending on what difficulty. Better than the last roll I did. So.
I'm pulling up sites before I do the perception alertness roll, which is going to be 5.
God damn it. There you go. You still got 1 success.
Alright, since we were in the gantry, it was for the site roll, since we're in the gantry, it was coincident. Also, it was like 3 plus level, which would have been 4.
So you got like 2.
Yeah, you're
2
fine.
successes. Then.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay, so.
Yeah, another thing, if you're gonna stake them, it's gotta be wood. Metal won't do shit. If you pull the cork out, they come back alive. So if you're gonna stake them, behead them, or they'll come back for you.
She said, "Give me wood." Sorry. Sorry, I just had to say
I use spirit speech and I talk to the dog. I'm like, are you gonna help if something bad happens, or are you just gonna be awesome in the corner?
Yeah, he
Awesome.
kind of almost smirks at you a little bit, but he kind of growls, and you can tell he's on board. You know,
Good dog.
if it's a fight, he's gonna fight.
Good dog. Good dog.
So,
Okay, so
all
I'll just
sights
stand
on
here watch and
rain
keep the alcohol close by.
Yeah.
Got that. Okay.
All right, let's do this. We're ready.
All right, so they invite in. The doors opened, and Mr. Ransdale, you are shown in.
Okay.
There's a the 9 what are clearly heads of these individual groups, as well as a couple of lone individuals sitting at one end, and then this group of other individuals that are kind of mingled within. But they kind of, I assume, step back and make room for you to kind of step up to the center.
Okay. I walk up to the center.
And the
Ransdale will nod to the dog in the spirit realm in the corner.
It's not in the spirit room. It's materialized.
It's materialized.
Well, I nod to the dog.
I don't know what it does back. John told me.
it would at least acknowledge you. You know, you've recognized it for what it was, clearly. So.
Ransdale would say, I did not know we could bring our spirit companions, but mine is too big and it would probably cause an issue.
Well, some among our members are rather closely bound to theirs, so it does happen on a fairly common basis with us. We were unaware you had one, or we would have made you aware that they would be welcome.
He nods. I mean, it's here. It's just not manifested.
So you came here for a meeting. Let's get on with everything, because we got things we got to do.
Yeah.
I'm here because I'm an emissary of my people. There is a group of supernaturals who are working in a triumvirate, mage, vampire, and shifter. They call their headquarters Wolf Ravenheart or Ram Wolfenheart, however it's said.
Ram Wolfenheart.
So we intend to make coordinated strikes against them. What we've ascertained is that the evil mages of Wolf Ravenheart have been going to net and draining deeply from them to keep themselves over energized to do potent works across the city.
So they've been doing that. How come we ain't noticed it?
Well, perhaps they're targeting these, as we've been referring to them, these bad nodes.
Obviously, it's a concern, and we are willing to help in what we can do to disrupt this activity, shut it down, help cleanse, whatever the case may be.
Jezebel nods and agrees.
Fix ways for the big dogs to say something because he's talking about.
Well, this is certainly, if that is indeed the case, that they're working in concert, that's a major concern.
The next major concern that I would let you know is that the leader of the vampire faction is going to attempt to run what is known as a fire sale on the city. He has taken all of the hackers from near and far, and he is forcing them to write a program to cripple the city and send it into anarchy. No power, no no transportation usage. A whole city in chaos.
They'll kind of chuckle and look at the. Actually, Kevin Adams looks at the mages present and he goes, "You know, that whole humans as a power source with chips isn't sounding so bad in that circumstance."
But again, we do know better than them.
You say this was a law firm?
Well, the law form.
Maybe the technocracy is going to put this fire sale thing into place and then use those humans to keep themselves enabled.
I know that I have seen them go into and out of the key players that I know of. The one that is known as Gareth. I have another individual who used to be under his employ, but under the celestial convergence with all the ambient energy in the air, they have taken a demon and fused it with a vampire.
What?
That made this individual turn away from their group, and he gave me as much as he could disclose that he knew. So there are literal werewolf mages, or werewolf and vampires who have fused into what is known as an abomination, and there is a new abomination which is a demon fused with a vampire.
Wow, that's some bad juju.
Yeah.
That I expected from Fix.
Well, Mr. Ransdale, we unfortunately have some poor news to share ourselves. We can correlate that law firm location to what we would refer to as a wellspring and one of fairly potent power. And on an unrelated note, we also have seen evidence that there are rogue mages in the city that are attempting to bring not Tremere himself, but his avatar back into existence, that he may pick up his works where he left off prior to his embrace.
That is disturbing.
Deeply disturbing.
I see we understand one another.
Yes.
Okay. You say you're a vampire, right? From what I've heard, supposedly they're in clans, right?
Yes.
What clan are you then?
Tremere.
Yeah, they usually send that clan to the social things.
Well, when magic becomes a topic of discussion, who else to send?
Makes sense.
Maybe a
I mean, I
Tremere.
don't know anything about them. I've heard rumors that they supposedly are broken up into clans, but at least you can confirm that for me.
I am somewhat more uniquely predisposed, as I am a hedge mage in addition to being a vampire.
Interesting. I didn't think y'all could do that.
I don't think
Well, hedge magic is not the same as the true magic we work. That is the magic of our initiates prior to their awakening, and that is something that, in very rare circumstances, we've seen evidence that can be done by kindred, although very few
That's
are
more what
willing
I
to
meant, yeah.
dedicate the effort.
That's more what I meant. I from all the stories we've ever heard about, about vampires in general, I ain't never heard one of them cast magic.
No. There are vampires that can use magic, blood magic, in fact.
I mean, I do that as well.
You apparently were in a very fortunate position to be able to chat with us.
Yes.
So,
Indeed.
well, we'll certainly have to have some of our people look into this law firm and the people behind it.
I have a final something to say that is disturbing news. Um,
Oh, good, more.
there's a nuclear device in the city that will explode should the triumvirate fail in their goals. We have roughly a month and a half before we die from a nuclear explosion.
Shit.
The device is probably protected by wards from the mages and something on the spirit side from the wolves as well. So finding it is a deep priority.
Yeah, I don't want to get irradiated.
Yeah, gamma rays are a really bad exfoliant.
I mean, Spider-Man was pulling everything, but that's not me. That's not me.
I'm pretty sure that there was not a nuclear device in Spider-Man.
No, that was a genetically altered spider.
But I'm
I
not
was
sure that's absolutely salient to the discussion.
I was kind of joking, but
I think the Hulk would have been a more prudent comparison.
Marcus is snoring. I'm gonna mute him.
No, he is not snoring. I'm not snoring. Wait.
right. Go
Well,
get Matt.
isn't
Go
that,
get Matt.
you guys are making plans that don't have anything to do with face. I'll mute. Sorry, so I'm not.
Go get Mountain Dew and mute.
This is not a fixed problem yet.
There's a lot of things that's not a big problem.
We believe that the nuclear device may be better put in the hands of the mages to eliminate.
Okay, well, we've already seen one time where, and I'm using this term very loosely, so forgive me, but where the bad guys have used a mechanism to corrupt the magic. As we had to go in and fix that problem for a second time.
Yeah.
Hopefully for good this time.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, the bad
What
guys.
if they're using other means to block it? I mean, if there really is a conglomeration, as Mr. Rand here is saying, I swear to God, I'm going to mute the
Sorry,
But if there is a conglomeration, as everybody's saying, as Mr. Rancho said, then what if they have a way to block that?
I'm sure it will take a more concerted effort. But the reason that I am not able to devote as much time as I would like to is because they have put out an array of very potent, resilient fighters, and until I can get the shifters on board with the concerted effort,
Don't trust them.
Okay, I will note that I should.
He's joking, and we have somebody that we had to make sure we note that that he doesn't do this. It's just for his benefit, which he's in the other room right now, probably passed out.
Your name is Rainsdale, is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you like a boss or something?
Yes.
Of all of them? Like all of them that listen to you?
We have a leader.
Why ain't he here?
Because he currently has to keep a low key because they're very potent. The Ram, Wolf, and Heart people will bend all efforts to destroy him because he is a very potent enemy in their game. And so he has given authority to those of us who have been responsible.
Well, I guess we gotta believe it. It's not like we know different.
Don't mind Fixed. He's a bit of a glasses half empty kind of guy.
No, I'm just overprotective. It's not my fault there's a dog spirit in me.
Yeah, it's kind of his thing.
Yep, you get used to it.
I
Yeah.
am not offended that he does not simply take my word at face value. This is a new and treacherous alliance. However, it is necessary. So I have to take steps to do what I can to ensure it.
Well, we've all got to protect our own investments, but whatever it is that's out there, it's poking us all in the spine. So we either can keep our backs turned and die, or we can work together for a second and maybe prevail.
Yes, I agree.
I just want to say one thing. Your description of please, out of character, I hope you're on one hand, I hope you're saying poking us in the spine, but my audio is making it sound like you're saying fucking us in the spine, and that's
Either way.
No, 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 no. Poking,
Either way, it's
poking,
uncomfortable. Let's leave it at that.
man.
All right, Dan.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
You're first. Good.
If we can get help coordinating, we would like to do a strike. Hopefully, John, I don't know when the next time you're going to be available to do like a big see me thing, but we'll kind of like sit around that. Essentially, I'm going to provide it so that the vampires can be active and unencumbered by the sun during the day. So then you could also strike at these nodes at the same time. And hopefully we can get the shifters involved as well and do one big first launch against them and then make them start scrambling for the resources that they've taken such care to take.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Oh, that does seem like a reasonable request. Certainly, we'll have to discuss some logistics to see how we could best coordinate. But
Yes.
No, you ain't.
No. No, you will not, apparently.
Out of character. Sorry.
Hmm?
John, remember that page I showed you?
John.
I know a couple of pages.
The one with the chart and mind and other people?
Oh, he's talking about.
That discussion.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. God dang it. Go ahead.
I don't know what we're talking about, so.
Don't worry
Zach,
about
look,
it.
okay, forgive me for being honest about this, but I don't know about y'all, but that kind of fucking scares me, the thought that, and no offense to you, Mr. Rancho, or some of your associates, but that scares the living shit out of me that you guys are going to have a way to walk around in daylight.
To be completely honest, all of my allies are also completely terrified that I can do that. So.
Well, we should be honest about it.
Out of character, Blake hasn't seen it, but he's probably heard rumors about it by now, and he's scared shitless.
I mean, just speaking from a personal aspect, I mean, what little I know is that y'all guys can only survive at night, and what you got. Well, we won't even go into your feeding habits, but that terrifies me. I mean, you're now. I mean, and this is going to come across the wrong way, but there's no other way to say it. But you're now putting a much greater part of the city at risk.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Giving the vampires the ability to walk around during the day puts more people at risk. There are more people active during the day than there are at night.
Oh.
Yes, you can get into people's houses, so on and so forth, but
I am only providing this as a temporary service for the purpose of doing this. It will not be a permanent gift that I bestow upon the city.
Thank God. Okay, that makes my mind a little easier, but still, during this time, what if one of your people, how to put it, loses his shit, his or her shit?
Yeah, that'd be an issue.
Well, the
Yeah,
blessing that I can revoke the blessing that I give, and should they run out into the sunlight, they will die.
Ooh, bug zapper style.
Yeah.
So basically, you've got him on a leash. Is basically what you're saying.
Yes.
Fair enough.
They know that.
No.
I was gonna bet you they don't.
The ones that need to know will know. And I can think of one that needs to know.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the heads are willing to go with this idea, I'll lend whatever aid I can.
Same.
I mean, we still got other things we got to deal with that we were talking about previously, but I don't see any reason we couldn't also assist in that. If it is a conjoined effort, it'd be a dangerous thing to let them continue
Well,
being allies.
actually, don't this kind of coincide with what we was gonna do anyway? We just go there, take a look, see what we go there, take a look, see what we get and look into, and again report back.
Except in this case, when we report back, there's a different outcome.
I'm just saying we could go do that first and then report back to Mr. Rainsdale.
Makes sense.
That would,
Mr. Reed, you okay with that?
that is completely fine.
Send you an email.
Okay, so for us that are going to do that, who do we want to be the representative to Mr. Rainsdale? Fix, I choose you.
Both Fix and the dog growl at you.
Okay. maybe not.
Well,
What
we
do you
do
want?
already have a digital point of contact with Mr. Ransdale through Mr. Adams.
Yeah, can't we just send him an email and be done with it? Because, no offense, he drinks blood. Like y'all do that, right?
Well, I'm attempting to find a way to transcend that.
Things are tough all over. All right, so first things first, priority. Go look at Wolfram and Hart and send Rainsdale back the information. Got our marching orders.
Yeah.
Weren't we going? No. I'm lost. I'm good.
Be
I'm good. We'll just
very
go.
careful on Wolfram and Hart. However, I believe I may have found a way to tear down their magical wards.
They got hold on. They got themselves a ward up.
They do indeed.
Well, hell, you ain't saying nothing but a word.
Miriam actually attested to this, and so can I. We both went out looking around the city for the notes and the map on the wall, and that one pinged heavy of magic.
So why don't you just take it down?
Shield. Say again?
Why don't you just take it down then?
I'm not that good in Prime. I just barely got it after the power plant raid.
Oh, that explains it.
Well, it's probably just a static magic ward, so if you find the mark and you disturb it, probably break the ward.
What in the hell are you talking about?
Vampires use static magic. Don't you know that? Doesn't everybody know that?
Who in the hell said they was using Who the hell said they was vampires? If it was vampires.
No, I am fairly certain there's a mage there of the very nasty variety.
Oh, wow, then that's higher magic. Don't listen to me.
I planned on it.
I am also quite confident that there was a trader in our midst who taught some of the mages or the vampires that work with them thaumaturgy, which is what we call blood magic. So there's likely multiple layers of magic there.
Ethan?
He looks at you.
Ethan? we both have a friend in common that we need to not tell about Mr. Ransdale.
He says, yes, I suspect that's true. I think he'd be far better on a task force dealing with these rogue hermetics.
Yes, that sounds like a fine idea. Let's do that.
Preferably on the other side of the city.
It is unfortunate that I cannot work with this individual because these rogue hermetics interest me specifically in them not doing what they're attempting to do.
Unless you want to be a Roman candle, you don't want to meet this individual.
He is not particularly fond of vampires, especially those of your particular blood.
Yeah, can we have this meeting over in St. Paul, not on the other side of the city?
Well, I will seek to avoid this individual because I don't wish to cause strife between our groups.
One of the additional reasons we've kept him focused on the rogue hermetic problem, because we don't need him running rampant either, attempting to slaughter your kind left and right.
So that would be unfortunate.
We're going to need some guarantees, though, I think. Now, if we get involved in some kind of craziness, how vampire going to know not to bite one of us?
Well, theoretically, your position relative to where we will be nowhere close to each other, so it should not become a problem. However, I'm sure that we can come up with something that will designate you as someone not to attack.
We're the ones that smell delicious?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Should we spray some like sewer or something on us so that we don't smell so appealing?
I just put him on the business end of my salamander talisman.
Can we not threaten people? He ain't threatened us.
I'm teasing. It's a jest.
I don't know that they have a sense of humor.
I do have a sense of humor. I did not previously, I don't believe. However, I do not fear fire, as it is not effective against me.
Wow, really?
Just you or all of you? Just so
Me,
we can clear it up.
me specifically.
Okay.
Can I ask you how you became that? Can I ask you how you became that way? That's interesting.
Yeah, you're a unique one.
Yes, well, I have not delving too deeply into your secrets, so I would assume that it would be considered polite not to delve too deeply into my own.
Well, that's fine. That's why I asked. As an archaeologist, I know some things have to stay secrets. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we will, as we said, we had some intention to do some reconnaissance already, and we will keep you apprised of what we learn. And then we can formulate a better approach to this situation from there.
Because we can take down that magic stuff. We can take down that magic ward. That'll help you all a little bit, I believe.
If you do that, yes, it will be helpful to, I think, all of us if it were to be broken down. If you intend to do that, then I will not waste my resources in destroying it.
Well, it seems to me it may be easier for us.
Perhaps.
How the character down? He's just like, whatever.
What I meant is if they are using true magic, we may be more skilled in, or at least more adept at manipulating those wards without tripping them.
Oh, my way would be to just destroy them all at once. So that is equally fine if you were to do what you would do.
Yeah.
Yes, seems to me that perhaps creating a flaw that allows us to bypass them might be easier.
I think that would certainly be more prudent, because they would still think that they had the safety rather than my way of just destroying them.
That was my thought as well.
He will pull out a ring. He says, "This is a item that I suppose you would consider to be a wonder. I am willing to leave it in your possession for a few days if you guys would like to make some. The nature of
Yeah,
this
that
is
was the
that
second time.
when you are in the presence of a demon or an infernalist, it will glow and signify and show that the person is what they are. If this is not useful to you, I apologize for wasting your time.
It could be useful. There are some of us that are familiar with demonology, but not many.
Very good. Um,
And I know a little bit about that.
Rancel will nod. Um, he will place the ring on something nearby, a podium, a chair, whatever. He sets it on it, and he says, like I said, you may have this for a couple of days to look over and see if you can make some sort of replication. It also gives you a protection against infernal powers and demonic uh, attacks. So I will be back at that point, or you may send it to me by an agreed upon method. Because I will hopefully be dealing with one of the people who is infernal, so I can destroy them.
Well, thanks a lot and good luck.
Yes. Obviously, you know a way to reach me electronically. I would be sensitive to using regular phones that you do not have some enchantment or protection on, because at one point they were watching our cell phones and they had shut down their usefulness. So you may want to have backups. I found that satellite phones work well. Um, However, they may not attempt to use this tactic against you. It's merely advice.
Well, it's certainly beneficial for us to be made aware of.
Mm.
Okay, well, unless anyone has any other questions for me, I will depart.
You feel you are adequately equipped to handle this infernalist on your own, or would you prefer assistance?
I believe that there are minor infernalists that I will have no trouble in destroying because, as far as I know, I am one of the most potent vampires in the city. Good guy. He'll go quote. He puts quotes good guy or bad guy alike. Uh, However, for Gareth, I assume that when I fight him, I will be fighting. He has 8 powerful vampire werewolf amalgamations. On top of that, he will likely have some mage counterparts, and he himself is the equal of most of the other vampires in my city. So likely against him, I would love some assistance.
Well, when we reach that point, certainly we can coordinate accordingly. Um, in the meantime, if you do have any need of us, you know how to contact Mr. Adams. Um, Armor hands you a card as well. He says you can also contact me directly, as I'm probably the one on this council, and indeed in this room, most experienced with dealing with your kind in combat.
Oh, very good. On a personal note, if there is one of you that would take the time, I'm working on some alchemy, so someone with matter sphere may be better able to direct me on an idea that I had, if you have time.
Well, there's individuals throughout our ranks who are skilled in various manipulations of matter. Depending on the nature of the project, some may be more applicable than others, but
Yes.
if it's specific alchemy, we can discuss and decide who might be most useful to you.
Very well. I believe that with my level of alchemy, I should be able to eliminate my need to feed me more, and I can transubstantiate water into blood.
Well, that would be quite beneficial, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Indeed.
We will.
I mean, like,
I'm sorry, what?
never mind.
We will certainly follow up with you as soon as the scouting has been completed, and
Very good.
and let you know what we discover from there.
Mr. Ransdale will say this is agreeable. And can somebody roll me 8 dice?
I got it.
I got it. Damn it. I mean, if you want to roll dice, I'll let you roll dice. But
No, that's fine. Looks like 4 successes, assuming standard.
No,
Yeah.
it's less than standard, but the lows are too low. Doesn't matter. So 4. Ransdale will make 4 cards, and he will sit 4. There are 4 playing cards on a table.
Okay.
If you are in need of assistance, if you rip this card, I will be alerted that you are in danger, and I will be able to scry upon you from anywhere in the city, and I should be able to lever some amount of assistance.
That
Yeah.
seems remarkably beneficial.
For the ST's note, it's Path of Enchantment 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have Clairvoyance. So
Gotcha.
So your one issue might be in a warded chantry or something, but
sure, yeah. I mean, if
Right.
you're in a warded chantry, you've made a decision.
And Ward of Chantry, if you have your own protections up, yeah, you're kind of screwed then.
yeah.
That will serve you no use other than to just rip up a card.
But yeah, he'll set them on there. That is my gift to show as a peace offering. I will attempt to assist you whenever I can.
Well, we appreciate the assistance and the information, Mr. Ramsdale, and we'll be in contact.
He will give a short bow and he will leave.
All right. You'll be shown out, not rudely, but at least escorted out by a gentleman with golden eyes. I can actually seems easier to just give you a picture now that I think of it. This gentleman walks you out.
I think they
He's very polite about it, but he just says, sometimes the hallways can become a bit twisted if you're not familiar with them.
Ransdale shrugs non-committally and follows.
Tell me, that's the most he's talked in the entire game.
Yeah.
I've been in many scenes with him. That is the most he's ever talked.
Boom. All right.
Yeah.
I am out this bitch's Ransdale.
Okay. Ransdale heads out. And the council, of course, will then kind of speak again with you guys if there's anything else you wanted to discuss.
Zach just looks at Fix. Come on, say it. Because I know you want to say something.
I don't want to say nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Just me and Bayou John need to have ourselves a conversation.
Mr. Lancelot walks back in the room. So are we done talking about unknowns or whatever, bros?
Yeah, you done.
I assume he was down at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done on that topic.
Looks like we were ready to do the thing, except for to talk to John.
Yeah, it's you can chat with him if you want, but he's more than willing to assist.
Okay, cool. You know what I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing we talked about.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, got it.
Zach looks over. I guess the meeting's adjourned then?
Yeah, let's find. Let's Google this Wolfram and Hart place and go check it out.
Sounds good to me.
Out of character, Marcus, I know you had some talking points that you had posted. Did you feel like you hit all of those, or did you want?
I didn't want to try and steer the conversation. I just let it go where it going. Let
Okay,
it go where it's going.
that's fine. I didn't know if those were specific things that Fix wanted to bring up, or
They were food for thought for the rest of the group, and it's okay that they didn't get read. I'm good with that.
again, I'm just making sure they didn't get lost in translation somewhere between you and me. So.
Oh no,
Okay.
That's all good.
All right, so you guys are gonna head out.
What the fuck? I am not muting you, PJ. I'm telling you, man. My Google is just having a random fucking fit. I'm sitting here
That's
eating
like
a
the
steak.
third
I don't know how the fuck it's done that on its own.
This is the third time I've seen you do that too.
Yeah, I'm not even touching it.
Now we know why Ransdale never talks because
There it goes.
See, even my computer was amazed that Ransdale talked so much.
Wow.
It's not used to it.
Wow. Move your cursor away from the microphone button, Bill.
It is. That's the whole point. It is literally on the side of the screen.
Your computer.
I told you. It's. See, but that's what I'm saying.
All right,
So,
so just for questions, hey John, this is where the scene ends, and then we pick back up after downtime to go do the thing?
that's my thought.
Right.
I'm also assuming you guys aren't going to go investigate like 12 nodes all in one scene. So.
Yeah.
All right then.
I'm a gamer, but I'm not that hardcore.
No, that's like a full day process at least.
Yeah.
He does look. He does. Where's one thing though he will discuss? He's like, if we're gonna be running together, we're gonna need a boss. Who is it?
And the head of the Akashics does mention that he's noticed that Blaine has been fairly wrapped up in his personal meditations and such, and while that there is some benefit to introspection, that does not lend itself to being the sole leadership.
Jack's like, hey, I'm new here. I don't know a lot, so I would say one of y'all that know a bit more.
I'm even newer than he. I'm as new as he is. Don't look at me.
I'd be willing to take point if Fix doesn't want to take point.
I'm a guardian. I don't lead shit.
Okay, I'll
Okay, there
take
you go.
point. I'll take point with this.
Process of elimination.
Well, like, you know, I only follow like true dedicated leaders, so I'll hang out with you guys, but I don't know if I'm all about like, you know, I need like an Arthur. You guys know any Arthurs?
Lance.
Yeah, bro.
If you don't know one, why the hell we gonna know one?
Got point.
Hey man,
Dude,
on the look.
you have a Ryu and a Miriam right now, and Miriam's out doing Miriam things right now.
Yeah. That's
All right,
true.
fearless. Okay, fearless leader. What you want us to do first? Don't say nothing stupid.
Talked about it. We just talked about it.
Oh, yeah, brain fart.
We will prepare magically for an excursion to check into Wolfram and Hart.
That.
That was out of character, by the way. Unless Fix says it.
Yes, Fix said that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I just didn't know if you were helping him out of character-wise, too.
Nope,
Yeah.
Fix said it.
Sorry, I had a brain fart. So yeah, that's top priority at the moment.
Yeah, I'm prepared to do that. So like, I'll try to get a catalog of magic items for you guys to buy. If you're looking for a few odds and ends.
Alright, that works.
Cool.
Okay, he's gonna talk to me.
If anything, me and Fix can, while in preparation, go out again, snazzing around the pawn shops and grab any magical artifacts we see that might be beneficial. Other than his little side project of hexing whoever he had looking into the hub of hell that hasn't done it yet.
Fuck.
Alright, so we're preparing magically, and that's basically the scene?
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, I think that's it, unless anyone else had any specific one-on-one questions for any of the council members.
Nope.
No.
Zach is kind of curious because he thinks Fix is hiding something, so he's going to ask Fix later. Mainly because out of character, I am so curious about those talking points. But he knows how vocal Fix is, and he was kind of quiet at points. So.
Yeah.
Has the thing been turned off? I don't know.
No,
No.
I want to make sure everybody's got everything taken care of.
If you want to ask Fix in the scene, ask him in the scene.
Okay. Yeah, fine. We'll finish it up. Zach pulls Fix off to the side. So, what weren't you saying?
Whole lot of shit I wasn't saying.
Well, I'm listening.
See that fellow over there, Ryu, decided to be the leader? He's taking a not shine to me. So, I figured why poke the bear?
Okay.
And
Aside from that, it seemed like there was a lot of stuff that you kind of wanted to bring up, because I could see it in your face, but you never actually did.
well, most of the shit I wanted to talk about, I did, but seeing as how the rest of the folks didn't really seem to be that important, I didn't feel like fucking with it.
Like what?
Oh, it's not
Mind you, I'm new here, so I need to know something. I want to learn as much as I can. If you think of something important, Fix, from what I know of you, from what I've seen of you, you seem to be a pretty out-front dude. So if you think something's important, it's going to pique my interest.
All I wanted to know was a few things.
Okay.
Let me see. If y'all was gonna go, I figure you need to go talk to your bosses on the low. You may not have nothing to say now, but dollars, donuts, you gonna think of something later, and you gonna wish you could have said it to him.
True.
Remember, every last one of us has got a boon that's joining this chantry, and if we don't use it, well, it just kind of sits there. Now, I didn't use mine to get 2 young'uns raised by the damn Order of Hermes.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character, I'm going to clarify that a little bit. Out of character, is each of the heads will grant a boon to the group as a whole. So technically, regardless of how many people are in this cabal, you have 8 boons left. One from everyone except the Hermetics.
Yeah.
So, just to clarify, because I know some of you guys have kind of joined after that was formed. So.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
There you go. Is also of interest to me what y'all gonna do with them little bits and bots y'all done found when we was over yonder way.
Well, the tools I'm going to use and have been using.
Did you talk to the presenter and find out what them things? I mean, talk to the dude that used to be one of them. What them tools actually do?
Not yet.
You think you should do that?
Probably should. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, I was just going to use them as normal tools. I have a whole thing set up with my special tools.
Yeah, well, go check them out.
Yeah, I might not want to, turn a car into, a vicious killer robot or something.
That's what
My luck.
and while we on the subject of us going out yonder and taking this look, and taking this L and taking this upon ourselves, why not ask the council for one of the councils at least for a boon for looking at things? I figures the people that's best at seers and stuff might want to get an augury done or something. Throw the bones, find out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I was thinking. But I didn't want to. But since Miriam and Ryu's running things, I figured it wasn't that important if they didn't
see,
bring it up.
But to me, that sounds kind of important. I mean, like, I didn't even know that I got a boon waiting on me. If I'd known
Well,
that,
we don't really have a boon waiting on you, but we all, as a group, have access to the big dogs run things. They can help us out with stuff. I mean,
Gotcha.
Armor God is a killer of things. He might have some weapons, might be handy for us to have.
Yeah, I kind of don't have any. The only weapon I had was the one I borrowed from Miriam that Miriam now has back.
And we can fix that because that's what he do. I think we should all kind of do what we can to make ourselves just a little bit better at what it is we do. That's all I was thinking.
Oh, well, see, you definitely should have brought that up. I don't understand
What? Them folks is running things. I'm just the watchdog. I ain't got time to be thinking for folks shit.
Fair enough. All right, well, thanks for letting me know. Wait, somebody did.
You know that you look at me, I'm all decked out and shit. I went and got my shit ready. I figured I was gonna do the same thing,
Well, I don't really have anything. I got tools. What do you want me to do? Bring a toolbox and start beating people with a monkey?
That might not be all you have.
I mean, I can. Hey, give me a monkey wrench and I'll fuck some shit up. But
just so everybody knows, Lancelot is now wearing one of those it's like a head thing with that has the flaps down that go over the ears, and it's got braided dreads on it.
A beanie?
It's not a beanie because it has ear flaps on it.
Okay.
Oh, I got you. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Those old Mountie hats, basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that,
Kind
except
of like that.
It's the thing the kid was wearing, Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah.
I never saw that. So.
It's a Disney movie. Sorry.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I never saw that cartoon.
I'm wearing something like that now, just so everybody knows.
But yeah, Zach looks at fix. Well, thank you for telling me. I mean, I understand that it's kind of a group effort.
And yeah, I ain't the boss of nobody, so I don't.
Well, but everything you said wasn't really bossing anybody around. You just, not everybody has a good memory and can remember some of this stuff. So sometimes it's good to.
Your conversation. Hey man, can I get a sandwich?
You want with the same stuff on it? You want a po' boy?
Yeah.
I gotta see if we got some shrimp. Hold on.
All right, thanks, Fix. I'm out of here. He walks off.
Out of character. What that means is everybody needs to blue book a conversation with your tradition head so that if there was anything you wanted to say to him or he wanted to say to you, you can get that out the way. Not only that, when I say prep, this is me out of character, you should perform any rituals for long-lasting magical effects that you want to do before downtime starts. That way, before downtime is over, that way you have those effects on you before we go do stuff.
Okay.
We're not waiting an hour and a half for your character to prepare.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, some of us are pretty impatient. We'd be like, fuck y'all, you can sit there and do your ritual all you want. We're gone.
Yeah.
And out of character, we're just going to go. So the beginning thing, the first group thing that we're going to go do is go suss out. Yeah, we're going to go look at all the other nodes, but the first one that we're going to try to go after is
Ramwolf and Hardy.
Here we go.
All right, good.
All right, sounds good. I think we're done now, John.
All right.